Okay, so as you can tell, we had a noise. We have some issues, and this always happens. It seems like. Just got done, and we're all jacked up. So, I was chipping, and I'm trying to adjust my feed wheel speeds because I want to get everything dialed in because it's not quite perfect. So, trying to work on that, and then as I'm doing that, you're constantly paying attention to what your chip quality looks like, and my chip quality looked like crap. Well, that's why, because chain went through there, busted that one up, busted this next knife up, and that knife over there looks like it's okay. So I'm gonna have to change my knives. And here's what I'm doing. We got this little tool here. You can get this at any Tractor Supply, Family Farm at Home, Harbor Freight Tools, anywhere that Pittsburgh tools are sold, they'll have these just sitting there. And how this works, pretty simple. I got a little dirty, I gotta get cleaned off. And that's how she works there. Okay, it's a laser. Hold the trigger and show you what I was doing. That was funny. I was working on it, trying to adjust my feed wheel speeds, and the skidder come up and pulled a bundle of chipper, and I had pulled one out because I was done with the first load, and his tire caught that tree and shoved it through as I was working on it while the truck was sitting way up there. So then it just started throwing chips all over. So that's what that's all from. And he got out and he said, well, I thought if you weren't in it, it would shut it off. I said, no, I'm working on it. Working on the feed wheel speeds. So you got to have her all up and running. So it's really simple. Right here are two. And then back here are your other three to adjust your feed wheel speeds. So move that this way, that way, and you can adjust them. And there's different, there's feed wheels here and up here on the top and under the cab, obviously. Then you have these down here. So what I was doing these work just hanging in a pocket. This works just sweet because all you gotta do is go like this, push the trigger as it's spinning, and there you go. So I slowed them down a little bit and seemed to help a little bit. I think I slowed them down a little too much, sped them back up, and then turned them up not quite where they were, and then dropped my engine RPM down, just slowed my disc down just a little bit, and it seemed to help. And that's when the banging ensued. So then you can't tell how good a chip quality you got because everything's coming out not like it should, because your chips are all busted up from your knives being busted up the last little bit of that load, a couple bundles of that load. So we're gonna fix those knives, and skidder guy's getting wood up here, so I basically need to fix those knives, and then I need to go slash, and then we'll have trucks showing up later. So I got to work on that over there. I think my camera problems with my zoom lens. My one lens is messed up. I may have to adjust some things. So that's why hopefully this works, and you guys can tell me if it works. But yeah, so that's what's going on. Those adjusters on the other side, they come over here, and you have those three feed wheels in unison, and in the back have those two down there, that one there, and the one under the cab, and then you have your upper ones. So that's kind of how it works. So hopefully I think we'll get this dialed in, and we'll go from there. I think we'll get it working. The other thing I think that's messed up is my RPM gauge right there isn't quite reading correct. I wish I had somebody here to run it, and I could just walk around and check stuff. It claims that upper one's running 3. I finally got that figured out too, because I couldn't adjust those speeds. They wanted to run about 550 to 600 RPMs, which in essence is way too fast. So if you shut them off a little bit, don't leave that one or that one up there wide open, then you can adjust them. If you leave them wide open like they were, the flail jumps are running wide open and you can't adjust them. Now it'll get the bark off. It'll also take some wood fiber off, but it goes through chain like you're going on a style because it's going so fast. Obviously, the faster that drum goes, the more revolutions it makes, the faster your chain gets wore out. So got that dialed in, I thought, and then I pulled the tree out. Top of the tree was all debarked, the bottom not so much. So I cranked that up, and then we started to see a little better results. But I'm curious. I'm going to get her up and running again and rev her up and see what the RPM actually is on that so that I can test that too to see if that's correct in the cab. The other chipper, Secret, it's running about 370 to 380, maybe pushing 400 on some ugly jobs, the 27. So for these to be running 500 to 600 seems way too much. So, but again, that one was different than that one, and they were supposed to be about the same. So, anyways, trying to get this thing straightened out. It's going to take a minute. I wish I had, I'll say it. I wish Ginger was here, and he could run it, and I could test everything out while he's running it, and then dialed it in accordingly. But he's not, so we're going to do it. One man band. But first I got to fix those knives. That's what I got to do first, because you'll never achieve any chip quality with it like that. With the majority of your wood turning into trying to smash it, so, and not cut it. So again, Pittsburgh. We gotta get that. There we go, Pittsburgh. Well, that took us about 23 minutes. I'd have done it in about 17, but I had one malfunction. If you remember back when we changed the knives before, you might not have seen it because you video. I had a Babbitt fall off in there. That one there. Remember last time it was really loose? So I had to take the clamp out and get it out. So we got new knives in there. The banging. Now, I heard the noise. It didn't sound like the anvil strip. Okay. Sometimes a knife will pull out and the strip that's hooked to this piece here will smack it. And you'll hear a bang, 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 bang. But it was more of a constant bang. Like something was really going on. Well, I figured it out. That piece there come off from the last knife. And when it did, it decided to go through. And what happened was, that's what happened there. So when whatever went through the chipper, it was probably a chunk of chain. Hit that one first and smacked that one. Somehow hit that piece right here and bent it out, I'm sure. And then when it went through the thing, it busted this off. And then that was in there 3/4 bent out, and they're scraping and banging, making noise. So, that knife there is junk because you can't recoup that from here. There's not enough room. So, it's just another day in the office. But, as you can tell, we have one mark now right there. Those little marks there. Them are brand new hood liners. So she's dinged up, and that would be from this here when it came out. So that's what happened. That was the noise. Found the noise, but everything else looks good. The anvil strip looks good, which is what I'm happy about. I don't like changing those. I don't like doing knives either, but it's actually not that bad. These are pretty sharp. I got too many fines. I walked out there and looked in that. I got too many fines. I don't know. Thinking a shorter counter knife. I'll talk to Mike, get his thoughts. but might need to throw a shorter counter knife in here. That's how long we have right there, from there to there. Yeah, so that's what's going on today. Got it done. Now, in the perfect world, which that's what we all live in, I would get this thing fired back up, test that drum, maybe throw a tree top through it or two, check it out, but I can't. So I gotta run Slasher. So he's out skidding, getting some stuff cleaned up, moving some stuff around. We can't do pine this week. There's pine all over. So he said I have to move some pine to get some more timber. So that's what he's doing. So I gotta go run that. And maybe we'll make a video. Who knows? Fun times. Just keep rolling. Thanks for watching.